are Australian citizens.
The government cannot turn a blind eye. It cannot wash its hands of this very important job, its number one job, to keep Australians safe and stop these ISIS brides from coming back to Australia.
Family members of missing woman Nancy Guthrie have been cleared as possible suspects in her disappearance. The search for the mother of American TV host Savannah Guthrie has entered a third week. The 84-year-old vanished from her Arizona home last month. A songwriter who penned some of the biggest hits of the 1980s has died. Billy Steinberg was 75. His compositions included Cyndi Lauper's True Colours and a Madonna number one. Now turning to 5AA sport, and SA lead Queensland by 29 runs after making 214 in their first innings in the Shield clash at the Gabba. Jake Lehman top scored with 74. Well, the reigning Brownlow medalist will miss the start of the AFL season. More from Kiara Parker.
Matt Rowell said he had no regrets playing in Saturday's State of Origin match in Perth, but he's now been dealt a serious blow. The Gold Coast midfielder needs hand surgery after scans showed he fractured his finger while playing for Victoria in the clash against WA. He'll miss the Suns' opening round clash with Geelong on the 6th of March. An update on when he'll be right to return to playing will be assessed after Rowell's operation this week.
And 236ers are up for the NBL's MVP award, Bryce Cotton and Silen Cheatham. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Afternoon, Parafield Gardens a smash and Port Wakefield Road to Victoria Drive. Under dark, twisted traffic light from Nellie a smash, Holbrooks Road near Ashley Street and Mansfield Park burst water main, Green Junction Road near Gladstone Road. Slippery on the roads after those rainy conditions this morning, so take it easy, very, very greasy at the moment. And got a camera at Kings Road, Paralawi. Mazda 2025 plate clearance is on now. Don't miss incredible drive-away deals across select 2025 models. Price to clear and ready to move. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast. Showers this afternoon, partly cloudy tomorrow 25, Thursday sunny and 30 and Friday 34. Right now it's 21 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Brenton Raglas. Tonight we're there as police continue the new search for clues in the case of missing 4-year-old Gus Lamont. Residents forced to flee in Adelaide Hills bushfire. Shots fired during a terrifying gang home invasion. We look back on the legendary life of Robert Duvall and the simple ways to save on your grocery shop. 9 News, your news, 9:36 on 9 and on 9 Now.
The biggest crime story in South Australia, the disappearance of Gus Lamont, declared a major crime by South Australian police.
David Pentworthy and Will Goodings.
An arrest has been made, albeit unconnected to the disappearance, but involving a family member.
5AA Breakfast.
How does it work? If JC is, and we're led to believe she is not cooperating with police.
Adelaide's leading breakfast show.
We're not led to believe that, the police have told us.
Weekdays from 6 a.m. on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Gentlemen, is your need to peel a time getting in the way of your social life? Caruso's Peeless to the rescue. Caruso's Peeless contains Schisandra chinensis, a fruit extract traditionally used in Chinese medicine to relieve urinary frequency, plus zinc to support prostate health. So, if your need to peel a time is getting in the way of your social life, try Caruso's Peeless today. Caruso's Peeless comes with a money-back guarantee and is available from leading pharmacies and health stores. Always read the label and follow the directions for use.
Streaming live via the 5AA Player app on DAB Digital Radio and on 1395 AM. This is 5AA, Always Adelaide. 5AA Afternoons with Stacey Lee.
And a very big good afternoon to you. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to the third and final hour of the afternoon's program. And we're now live on the live stream, so jump on Facebook or YouTube to say hi. After 3:30, you know what day it is. It's Turkey Tuesday. So get on the phone to nominate a turkey who's done something silly, who deserves to be called out on the radio for it. And we love a self-nomination for Turkey Tuesday. Did you forget to... I don't know why the first thing that came to mind was pick up the kids. Hopefully you didn't forget to pick up the kids. Hopefully it was something more minor than that. Anyway, nominate a turkey. 8223 0000 is the number to call after 3:30. And I still have tickets to give away to 2016. That's coming up this hour. Make sure you stay listening when I tell you to call. All you need to do is ring 8223 0000. I will play you some music from one well-known artist, and then you have to tell me the next line of the song. This is for the Fringe Show 2016, which was the year we lost some massive music icons: David Bowie, George Michael, Prince, Leonard Cohen. So you'll hear one of their songs this hour, and then I need the next lyrics to the song. And I made sure that I said to Jess yesterday was too easy, so he's made today a little bit harder. Or he's told me he's made today a bit harder. We'll see. We'll find out. Now, I know there's probably so many of you in the car right now on your way to pick up your kids or grandkids, or maybe you've been looking after the kids or grandkids today. Maybe you would prefer not to send them to childcare. Maybe you couldn't get into a childcare centre. One Liberal senator for South Australia, Leah Blythe, has written in the Fin Review today asking for, basically, I'll let her say it, but my reading of her piece was asking the government to butt out of how families choose to care for their kids and offer different subsidies in different ways. So not just giving you some money back if you're sending them to a childcare centre or reduced rates at childcare, but maybe a voucher if you choose to hire a nanny instead. Leah Blythe joins you this afternoon. Good afternoon, Leah Blythe. Thanks for your time.
Good afternoon, Stacey, and good afternoon to all your listeners.
Was that a pretty fair assumption, asking the government to butt out?
I think that's a great description of it.
Because when I was reading it, I thought, well, not every family wants or is able to send their kids to childcare.
That's 100%. And if you're a shift worker and childcare centres operate particular days and times, if you're in a regional community, you may not have access to a childcare centre close to you. Even if you're living in the city, wait lists for childcare centres are usually longer than, you may not actually even get a place in your preferred childcare centre. So I think this is really about allowing families to choose how they would like their childcare for, rather than the government dictating to them. It'll be a one-size-fits-all in a childcare centre, take it or leave it.
So how are you proposing that this would work?
So I think that the simplest way to describe it is that the support follows the child rather than the provider. At the moment, our system is set up where the childcare centres are the ones who attract the federal government funding, which means that is your only choice. That is the only system that the federal government will fund. And I think what that's doing is we keep having these endless subsidies going into childcare centres, and all that's doing is strangling the supply that exists there, and it means that the subsidies are actually driving up the cost of childcare, which means in many cases people are actually having to work more hours than they would probably like just to be able to cover the cost of childcare. And I don't think that works for families.
So would it still be means tested as it is at the moment?
Absolutely. I think none of that changes, but I think for families now who are using nannies or who are using grandparents or, brothers or sisters, other family members to assist them in caring for a child, why can't they also get a subsidy for that?
And so would it just be the family works out, or, the government, Centrelink, whoever it is that's distributing the money, works out what that family is entitled to based on the means testing system that's currently available, and then that family would just get that money in their bank account to do with what they want. If mum or dad wants to stay home and not work, they just keep that in their budget, or if grandma or grandpa wants to look after them, they can choose to give that to grandma and grandpa. Is that sort of how you're proposing it work?
I think it's very much around if it's paying a third party. I think where you're talking about whether it's mum or dad staying home, that becomes more complicated. And what I've proposed for that is aggregating household income. So that at the moment, if you've got one parent that works full-time and the other one works part-time, they actually pay more tax because one will be at a higher tax rate and one at a lower. So what I'm saying is, why couldn't we allow for households to aggregate their tax income, particularly when it comes to caring for children. So that's more money that families get to keep in their pocket.
When you say aggregating, I guess that's combining the total income amount and then being able to distribute it amongst both parents?
That's exactly right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So then let's go back to the subsidy. So your proposal is not if one parent wants to stay home and look after the kids that they would then get that money, but a grandparent, for example, if a grandparent, my mum's with my daughter at the moment, so she's looking after my daughter. If I was entitled to a subsidy, I would get that money from the government and I'd be able to give it to her to pay her to look after my daughter?
That's exactly right, Stacey.
Okay. Because, I mean, I'm a bit biased in this because my mum is a nanny. She worked as a nanny. Before that, she worked in childcare centres. So I actually worked in childcare centres while I was at uni with her. So I know a fair bit about how this works. And I know that there are so many families that she's worked for in the past who either weren't entitled to subsidies or did not want to put their kids in childcare or couldn't, like you say, they're shift workers. So the hours just didn't work out, hence the reason they hire a nanny. I think it would encourage more people to do that and therefore free up more space in childcare centres for those who can use those daytime hours.
That's exactly right. So this would help ease all sorts of, burdens and roadblocks through the system, but also allowing families to have that choice. And I think that's the really key part of this proposal is it really should be up to families. So if you want to use a nanny, if you want to use your mum, and it sounds like your mum's eminently qualified and you'll probably be inundated with people wanting her number after this, Stacey.
She's busy. She's got my daughter.
But I think that's the whole part of it is this has got to be about how families want to choose to, work out how their kids are cared for, how much time they want to work. And at the moment, under Labor's system, it is a one-size-fits-all approach. And I think it's fair to say there are lots and lots of families who are falling through the gaps in that and who are being forced to make a choice that they're not very comfortable with.
On the flip side of this, what about childcare workers? If there's less demand for people putting their kids in childcare, there might be fewer jobs for those people with that experience and those qualifications. It might lead to fewer jobs being available.
I think that's unlikely to happen when you look at the supply issues that we have now. So we have, and it's sort of a description that gets used of childcare deserts, where there is just no childcare available. So I think we're a long way from reaching that. But for those childcare workers, what if they want to work as being nannies? What if they don't want to be in a childcare centre and they'd rather care for one or, two kids at a time rather than being in a sort of institutionalised environment to care for kids? So I think it allows for choice for them as well.
Damien in Craigburn Farm has called in. Hi, Damien.
G'day there. How are you?
Good, thanks.
I think the proposal is well intended. However, I think the unintended consequences of all of this is that it lends itself to a unregulated and further unregulated environment. And unfortunately, what we've seen in childcare is the challenges around where it's unregulated. And it may end up becoming a huge tax expense unnecessarily to what it already is. I think the NDIS and that funding model is a classic example of where things just get out of control. But I mean, it's the proposal at the heart of it is deregulating the system, where we see there are failures in the system as it is, as it's regulated. So going down the pathway of further deregulation, I hesitate is in the best interest of everyone.
Damien, thanks for the call. That's not a bad point, Senator. For someone like me who, like I said, at the moment, my mum's looking after my daughter. I'm not using a childcare subsidy, but if this was available, of course I would be applying to get a subsidy from the government to be giving the money to my mum. So there would be a lot of people who would be claiming this who currently aren't. Therefore, this would be a budgetary expense.
It potentially could be, and I think there are a lot of people who are using the childcare subsidy now who may not necessarily need it for work purposes and so forth. But in terms of that regulation side of it, and what we have seen in childcare centres is widespread abuse that is happening of children within childcare centres, and there's a Senate inquiry on at the moment. So I don't see the deregulation. Childcare centres would still have all of the same regulations that they need to meet, but I think it's important to note that the increasing regulation around childcare centres is increasing the cost. And, you know, experts will say it is very difficult. Where you have children, you will have bad actors that will come there, and you can't legislate away necessarily people doing bad things. So I think this is really about families' choices in how they want to keep their kids safe, and even people who are using nannies, they are using vetting processes now. So I think this is really, it is about choice, and this is about making sure that families are able to keep their kids safe.
And so is this an idea that you personally have had, or is this something the party is endorsing and will be putting forward as a policy in the lead up to the next election?
This is something that I have personally done, Stacey. I was the former Shadow Assistant Minister for Stronger Families and Stronger Communities, and this is something that I worked on with stakeholders during that time. I'm hoping it is something where let's start a discussion. I think it's really important that we start a discussion. We have more families with both parents having to work purely because of cost of living pressures. So I think we've got to have these conversations on how we can help families with their household budgets and making sure that systems are working for them.
And you mentioned that you were the former Shadow Minister for Families. I'm just getting that title up again.
It's a long title.
It is.
Stronger Families and Stronger Communities.
Stronger Families and Stronger Communities.
Rolls off the tongue.
Angus Taylor is in Canberra, and I think is in the next 10 minutes about to announce his new shadow cabinet. Can you give us any early indications? Will you have a shadow ministry in 10 minutes' time?
I can't give you any early indications, but I would say that I am willing to serve the Liberal Party and our leader in Angus Taylor in any way that he sees fit. And certainly, putting forward some policy discussion papers is certainly not going to stop me doing things like that. So I'm excited. I'm excited, as you are, to see him unveil his new leadership team.
All right. Well, we'll stay tuned. Leah Blythe, appreciate your time this afternoon.
Thank you, Stacey.
Liberal Senator for South Australia. What do you make of that? What do you think of the plan? 8223 0000 is the number to call, or you can send it through on the text line 0448 08 1395.
5AA News is Adelaide's news leader, and in 2026, we're adding to the lineup.
This is going to be a hot topic.
Fresh to the 5AA Breakfast News team, Kate Collins.
We'll have all of the details as they come to hand this morning.
First with the news for Adelaide, with the names you trust. Jess Adamson, Matthew Pantelis, Tom Wren, along with David and Will for the very latest. 5AA's leading breakfast news lineup, now with Kate Collins on 5AA, always Adelaide.
Ladies, is the need to wheel the time making your life a misery? Caruso's Wee Less to the rescue. Caruso's Wee Less contains Schisandra chinensis, a fruit extract traditionally used in Chinese medicine to relieve urinary frequency. So if your need to wheel the time is getting in the way of your social life, try Caruso's Wee Less today. Caruso's Wee Less is made in Australia, comes with a money-back guarantee and is available from leading pharmacies and health stores. Always read the label and follow the directions for use.
Win one of 6 fantastic Mahindra cars, plus 50 petrol vouchers valued at $1,000 each. Buy the advertiser from now until March 8, find the code word and enter at winwithnews.com.au. T's and C's apply. SAT25/2116.
You can rent a little, you can rent a lot.
Business too small to be noticed by those global car rental companies? Well, you can rely on Red Spot to look after you. We love renting to small businesses because we used to be one. We're the only Aussie family-owned car rental company in airport terminals and cities across Australia. And right now, Red Spot is giving you spot-on savings of 15% off every vehicle at every location. Book direct and save at redspot.com.au/radio. T's and C's apply.
Red Spot.
Hey, Jim. You should head home. It's getting late. I can finish up here.
Oh, no, that's quite all right, Sarah.
Really? I got this.
I can't leave you with all this.
Honestly, it's no dramas.
Please. I need to stay. I've really got to stay.
Are you okay, Jim?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Working late or avoiding home? Book a free 15-minute call with Resolve Divorce today.
As a South Aussie-based not-for-profit health insurer, Health Partners isn't just your health partner. We're your tooth-checking partner, hammy-stretching partner, chart-squinting partner. We're your bone-mending, script-filling, arch-lifting, giving, salad-suggesting, generous limit-giving, member-supporting, SA-loving partner. So for great value health cover, there's no better partner in health than Health Partners. Health insurance made human.
Harris Scarf Friends exclusive 20 to 50% off store-wide sale is on now. Save big on full-price bedding, kitchen, electrical and more. Don't miss out. Sale ends soon. Excludes clearance and gift cards. See conditions online. Harris Scarf. Great brands, great prices.
There's one sign on Doothie Street Unley you must see. It's the Kirkbride Seafood sign. It changes daily, from fresh crays to Atlantic salmon, King George whiting, garfish and SA King prawns. All sustainably fished and processed on-site at Kirkbride Seafood. Not some faraway factory. It's a good sign that you're getting the best you can get and so close to the city. See what's on the sign today. Kirkbride Seafood, Doothie Street Unley, kirkbrideseafood.com.au.
5AA Afternoons with Stacey Lee.
Call now for our fringe competition. 8223 0000 is the number to call. I've got some music to play from one of the artists that will be honoured in the 2016 show at Adelaide Fringe. I need to know the next line of the song. Maria in Forest Range has called in. Maria, you'd like to talk about the nurses?
Yes, the nurses and the subsidies while I was waiting. With the nurses, I heard the professor keep saying national competitiveness. Stacey, we don't need it. New South Wales and Victoria have higher cost of living. Here in South Australia, we have a cheaper way of life.
Do we?
So
I don't think we do anymore, Maria. Our housing's just as expensive as our housing is more expensive than in Melbourne now.
No, it's not.
It is.
I have family in Melbourne, and I tell you what, the prices in Melbourne are nearly hitting $2 million.
Oh, I guess it depends on what you're using. I'm using the data.
Okay. In regards to what she was saying, national competitiveness, no, it's just pushing up. If they get the 24% or whatever they are going for now, because they've had many different proposals, it's just going to push up cost of living. And in regards to childcare, it would be better if we closed down all the childcare places, don't give subsidies, because that also is adding to the price of our crisis of cost of living. And I remind everybody, it's not government money. It's your hard-earned taxes that are paying for all these subsidies and rebates and initiatives and so forth and so forth.
So what do you propose will happen with the children if we close down all the childcare centres?
The mothers can look after them at home.
Oh, just the mums, not the dads?
Oh, mum or dad or them or they or whatever, you know. So it needs two family members, as you say, to actually survive the cost of living pressures.
Yeah, I wonder how then we'd pay for the houses, because we couldn't afford our mortgage on one income. I don't think many people could afford their rent on one income.
It depends on how you live, Stacey. If you're frugal, if you don't go out, if you don't sacrifice. Us oldies, us old boomers, you know, that we're the problem. We went without, we were frugal, we didn't go on 2 holidays a year, and I'm not rubbishing the young ones. Yes, you're young and you want to be out there and partying and so forth, but if you want a deposit, don't go and buy at Uber Eats. go and do your shopping in the shopping centre, do batch cooking at the weekend, and you can put away the savings that you make from not going to Uber Eats or not going to Hungry Jack's or not going to KFC. You know, do your own cooking. It's much cheaper, much healthier, and you will get a deposit and you will get a home.
Okay. Thank you for the call, Maria. I'm not sure it's borne out in fact, but appreciate the sentiment anyway. I think it was a lot easier to get a house 40 years ago when it was 4 times the average income, whereas now it's 10 times the average income to get a house. I was actually reading some stats, which I almost didn't believe the other day, that came out of NAB, National Australia Bank. They said that Gen Z are the best savers. What year's Gen Z born? Jess has got his hands up in the air. He's in the control room. He's a Gen Zer. 1996 must be 1996 to 2000 and, I don't know, 10. He's looking it up now. 97 to 2012. Gen Zers, they're best at saving. And I thought, surely not, but apparently it's true. And I mean, you don't trust the big banks with much, but they know what people are doing with their money, I guess. There you go. All right, 8223 0000 is the number to call. After these news headlines, it's Turkey Tuesday. And I've still got the tickets to give away to 2016 Fringe show. No one rang up for them. What? You kidding me? The phone lines lit up yesterday when we did this. No one wants to go to the Fringe. What a shame. 8223 0000 is the number to call for Turkey Tuesday. Or if you want to do this Fringe competition, I've got the music sitting here. Jess has put in all the effort. Go on, make his work worthwhile.
This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Good afternoon. Mel Usher with the 3:30 headlines. Today's search in the Gus Lamont case has focused on a neighbouring property west of Oak Park Station where fresh cement has recently been laid. The stormy weather is being blamed for more than 800 customers blacked out across the metro area. The FBI has reportedly compiled 40 names and photographs in relation to Nancy Guthrie's disappearance. And in sport, former footy boss Gil McLachlan could be swapping a Sharon for a tennis ball. The 5AA forecast, possible showers this afternoon, partly cloudy tomorrow, 25. Right now it's 21 degrees. We'll have more news at 4 on 5AA, always Adelaide.
5AA Mornings with Graham Goodings.
The fourth incantation of Live Golf over the weekend, the most successful yet without question. Over 4 days, more than 113,000 fans passed through the gates. The largest crowd for any Live Golf event worldwide. The one and only Eddie Maguire joins me now.
Graham Goodings.
I think it's just one of the most amazing events. Adelaide just does a tremendous job.
Weekday mornings from 9 on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Kia's summer offers just got hotter with incredible value on 2025 build models at your Kia dealer now. Whether it's the full electric experience or the hybrid adventure you're after, Kia has you covered with the World Car of the Year EV3 now starting from $46,990 drive away. And the new hybrid Sportage from only $44,490 drive away. Hurry in for these incredible Kia summer offers at your Kia dealer now.
Kia. Movement that inspires.
The latest Star Discount Chemist catalogue is packed with red-hot summer specials. You'll find Hydrolite Effervescent Electrolyte tablets, 20 tablets in assorted flavours, just $11.99 for relief from dehydration symptoms. Always read the label and follow directions for use. Star Discount Chemist. How can we help?
When you're hosting a family Christmas party, you might start with a go-to roast, a drama-proof seating plan, and that gravy recipe that's a family secret. But those in the know find all the answers in the aisles at Pal's. Sam and Jamie from Parafield Airport Liquor Store know every drop on the shelf. They can make sure you have the best wines, beers, and spirits for everyone. And great gift ideas too, all under one roof. Parafield Airport Liquor Store. Pals, next to Roulette's Tavern, Kings Road, Parafield.
Hey, it's Hayley from Adelaide. Discover the magic of Canada and Alaska with APT and Phil Hoffman Travel in 2027 at exclusive season launch events across Adelaide from the 3rd to the 19th of March. Be inspired by the beauty of the soaring Rocky Mountains to Alaska's breathtaking Glacier Bay. Enjoy wine and canapes as you explore trending itineraries for 2027 and savings of up to $2,600 per couple plus exclusive one-day only offers. Register Register for free at pht.com.au.
Bathroom Renovators Warehouse.
Looking for a stunning new bathroom? Want the high-end look without spending a fortune? BRW can design and renovate your bathroom from start to finish at a budget that suits you. Visit our showroom today and see our beautiful new bathrooms on display. BRW, beautiful bathrooms at warehouse prices. 16 Research Road, Paraka.
We are BRW Bathroom Renovators Warehouse.
Do you experience seasonal allergies? Make your symptoms count. If you're aged 18 to 55 and are otherwise healthy, you could be eligible to take part in a CMAX clinical trial. Your participation will help researchers investigate a potential allergy treatment. Spend 5 nights at CMAX in Adelaide CBD. Attend multiple follow-up visits and get paid for your time. Join today and help make allergy season easier for everyone. Interested? Register now at cmax.com.au.
Okay, first day back in the office and there's already goss. Ooh, KFC have just dropped the hot and crispy wrap for only $3.95. Juicy. Oh yeah, and Steph and Darren got caught in the kitchen. KFC, FLG, not everywhere, not forever, pick up only.
Always live. 5AA. Always Adelaide. 5AA Afternoons with Stacey Lee.
25 minutes to 4 here on 5AA. Didn't mean to turn this into a generational battle. I hate this. I hate the bashing of the baby boomers and the millennials and the Gen Zs. It always descends into that, apparently. But a couple of text messages coming in. Helen says she agrees with Maria that the older generations had it harder. Wendy, on the other hand, says, I'm a great grandma and Maria has no idea. My grandchildren have and are working their backsides off to get homes. It is so different from our day. Do your homework. This person says Maria has some good points, but buying housing is expensive now and essential technology. There's all those different costs in the background. That was from Vicky. Thank you for your text messages. Keep them coming. Or you can give me a call. 8223 0000 is the number. We're going to do our quiz for Fringe tickets. 2016 is a rockumentary which is dedicated to the artists who died in 2016. And there were some huge names: David Bowie, George Michael, Prince and Leonard Cohen. I'm going to play you a song and I need the lyrics that come after. Sam in Mount Barker was quick on the phone. Hello, Sam.
Hi, Stacey. How you going?
Good. How are you?
Well, thanks.
Are you ready?
I think so.
Yesterday, Jess made this too easy. So we'll see what he's done today.
Okay.
You ready? Okay.
Purple rain, purple rain.
Is that it?
That's it. What's the next word, Sam?
I'm going to just go with purple rain.
The tickets are yours. Congratulations. That's the laziest piece of musical editing I've ever seen, Jess. Well done to you, Sam.
Thanks for that. Tickets
are coming your way. I hope you enjoy. You can get your tickets at fringetix.com, gluttony.net.au. All right. Let's see how you go tomorrow, Jess. Don't forget, it's Turkey Tuesday.
Time to call in and nominate your Turkey of the Week for Stacey Lee's Turkey Tuesday.
Purple Rain. I'm nominating Jess for Turkey this week. What is that? Purple Rain. Jess, sorry, you're in the turkey house. Ash in Colonel Light Gardens, you haven't called in to nominate a turkey. You have called in to talk about the cost of living.
Well, both. Yeah.
Okay, all right, go on.
Jesse's a turkey too. Yeah, for that. That was pretty obvious. What a clown.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah. Anyway, going back to Maria, look, she's got a vague point, albeit, in her views, but the simple fact is, the way I look at it, you do have a choice where you want to live. So you and your husband have obviously bought a house at a certain price.
Mm.
Now, I'm 51. We bought a house at a certain price, but it was with what we could afford at the time, and we were both working, but it still stretched us to the limit. Obviously, house prices have gone up, but maybe now the point is where, and unfortunately, like Sydney and Melbourne so much, you actually have to consider, well, maybe I might have to move out to Riverlea. Like, you're literally a long, long way from services, but if I can't feel sorry for someone that wants to move, particularly the Gen Zers, that want to move straight into, Unley Park, Stepney, St. Peter's, Nord or whatever, and then complain that, well, I need help, because I've decided to have children at the same time. It's a double-edged sword on this, and so to the point that it's like, well, yeah, you can make those changes, and yes, you can cook yourself. My brother himself decided to go out of work to basically raise their 3 children while my sister-in-law worked, just because she had a better earning capacity. And that's just how it was. And like I said, he's only a few years older than me. So we're not talking going back to the 50s or 40s when life was great and houses were $8,000 and, and you could do that stuff and everything was much cheaper. But the simple fact is now there is still a choice.
Yeah,
it's about where you want to live.
Yeah, I get that. And there will always be people in every generation who do have aspirations higher than what they can afford. But I think when the median house price in Adelaide is $950,000, you can't help when the fact is it takes a young couple 10 to 12 years to save for a house deposit. That's a stat. That's a statistic. It's proven. It's in the data.
I get that, but there's so many stories of young people that have saved a deposit by themselves because they've been taught good learning at 20, 21, and and they've already got a deposit down. Like one of my own friends, his lad's already got $30,000 in the bank, and he's barely 19.
That's great. Good on him, and it's good for him that he's in a position to be able to do that. But not everyone is.
But that's a teaching thing too, how to do that. So I don't know if it goes back to school where you got to learn, and then maybe need to teach some better practices of saving principles and that. But it's just like you can't just have your kids named I want and can I. Like it's you need to think no is no. So
yeah, all right, Ash. Thanks for the call.
Thanks, Stacey. Cheers.
Ash
Bye.
in Colonel Light Gardens there. Yeah, I think there's those people in every generation. In every generation, there are people who will aim higher than what they can afford, and then there are people who will work harder and be able to afford a house at the age of 19. And good on them. That's great. But it doesn't mean that one generation had it easier than the other, personally. 8223 0000 is the number to call. Nominate your turkey. I've got a 24-pack of Turkey Flat wine cans to give away. It'll be a mixed pack, so you get some rosé, some Pinot Gris, some Shiraz Grenache in there. Cans of all of these. How good is that? The best bit about Turkey Flat cans, I think they're a perfect weeknight wine because you don't have to open a whole bottle. If you just feel like one glass and you think there's no way I'm going to finish this bottle this week, you just open one little can. It's perfect. Perfect for a night. Gets you a glass or two and you're done. You're done with your evening. That is my favourite. It's my favourite rosé. 8223 0000 is the number to call to nominate a turkey. Andrea in Para Hills West also nominates Jess for the turkey. He's getting the nominations in. Get on the phone to get your nomination in. Who forgot to take the bins out this week? Who forgot to let the dog out? I know that's happened before. Okay, keep your text messages coming. Jack says, if you're on Social Security, it's easier to have children as taxpayers pay for them. Okay, but the baby bonus doesn't exist anymore. But yeah, I don't know. It's been a while since I had to ring the Centrelink number and sort that out. That was in uni. Actually, no, paid parental leave. Got paid parental leave, so I had to go and do that. But before that, it was uni. And it was actually very funny when I went into the Centrelink office to sort out the parental leave that my Centrelink number came back to me from memory from all of those years. I grew up back in the day when I was at uni. I had to report my income on the phone every week. So I'd ring up Centrelink and enter my Centrelink number, and it just came back to me. It was like muscle memory. Yeah. But it was a while. It's been a while since then. Melina in Theberton has called in with a turkey this afternoon. Hello, Melina.
Hello. How are you? All right?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Good. Big W. You know when you go to Big W, self-serve's open at 8:30, but the ones that you don't want to be served, you like to be served, they don't open at 10. They don't open till 10. So I just hang around. Yeah, apparently they don't start till 10.
Oh God, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Huh. That's bad, isn't it?
But yeah, I don't understand that point.
So you just hung around in the shop until someone got there?
Oh, yeah. They said the self-serve's there. I said, no, I'll wait to prove a point.
I like that. That's bad. Yeah, I don't like using the self-serve. I had to use it at a clothing store in the city at H&M to buy clothes, and they made me take off the tags, the security tags.
Yeah. So you work for them. Oh, you work for them too now?
Yeah, I worked for them, and of course I forgot a tag. So then I got home, tried the outfit back on. There was still a tag on it. Had to take it back into the shop, and I just thought, well, this is ridiculous. Of course, this is going to happen.
Are you talking about the security tag?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you beeped and they didn't even notice.
I didn't even notice that I beeped, to be honest. But
I bought something from David Jones and the same thing happened to me. The security thing was still on, so I had to go back.
Yeah. And I thought, of course this is going to happen. If you're getting me to put my clothes through the register, of course I'm not going to know the processes because I don't work for you. I haven't done the training.
Well, hopefully we'll get invited to the Christmas party.
I like that. Well done, Melina. Thank you. See you. It's Melina in Theberton. Getting some breaking news out of Canberra. Angus Taylor, the opposition leader, is speaking. He has named Andrew Hastie the Shadow Industry Minister, and Jacinta Price. She is the Small Business Shadow Minister in the Liberal Shadow Cabinet. So there you go. And Andrew Hastie will be the Deputy Leader in the Lower House as well. We'll bring you updates throughout the afternoon, but for now, keep your calls coming. 8223 0000 is the number. We've got Big W nominated as Turkey of the Week. We've got Jess Smith nominated as Turkey of the Week, afternoon's producer. Who else are you nominating? 8223 0000. More time for your calls after this.
Each week on the 5AA Sports Show, Rowie and Timmy G track down the sporting greats of years gone by. With 5AA's Where Are They Now? Thanks to Walco. Get a Walco blankie for your pool this summer and save water evaporation and money. Walco.com.au.
Win one of 6 fantastic Mahindra cars, plus 50 petrol vouchers valued at $1,000 each. Buy the advertiser from now until March 8, find the code word and enter at winwithnews.com.au. T's and C's apply. SAT25/2116.
Adelaide's local, trusted and truly connected talkback radio station. 5AA. Always Adelaide.
5AA is a proud partner of Gluttony in Rymal Park, your home of the biggest shows this fringe, like Long Way to the Top. Join Dave Gleeson, backed by a full band and special guests for a full-throttle celebration of Aussie rock, bringing the anthems that shape generations to the live stage. Book your tickets now at gluttony.net.au. Gluttony, proudly supported by 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Caravan shows can be very overwhelming, with models, discounts and brands galore. But where do you start? How important is a local dealer? Does being built in Australia matter? To learn more about what it means to be built here and backed here, head to australiancaravans.com.au. Built here, backed here.
Now, this is a terrible stat. At least 1 in 2 South Australians will be touched by cancer in their lifetime, which is why Cancer Council SA's Giving Day is such a big deal. And it's happening this Thursday, the 19th of February. You don't have to wait to donate. Do it now and your donation will be matched dollar for dollar on the 19th thanks to generous matched giving donors. From now right through to Giving Day, every matched donation will go towards funding life-saving cancer support and research. Real help, real hope right here in SA. Cancer Council SA can't do it without your help, so do it now, donate today and get it doubled this Thursday, the 19th of February. Head to givingday.org.au. That's givingday.org.au. T's and C's apply.
Listen to that. Wow. No traffic, no rush, just space. Out here, there's room to breathe. And the moments you didn't expect become the ones you remember. The Northern Territory. Road trip differently.
If you're looking for custom-made lounge, dining, bedroom and cabinetry all made right here in SA, Nordic Design Furniture is the place. The designs and options are endless and fully customisable. Experience the quality and finish at Adelaide's only manufacturer's showroom. See how real furniture looks and feels. It's made right here by their artisans just for you. No longer Adelaide's best-kept secret. Open 7 days at 43 McGill Road, Stepney. Nordic Design Furniture. Yes, it's a Nordic.
Hey, Mike Keelan here. I'm chatting to Matthew Beresford at Gawler Motorcycle Centre. Tell us all about the store.
We're a family-owned motorcycle shop here in Evanston South, just outside of Gawler. We deal with a major brand up being CF Moto, and we do all servicing, repairs, spare parts, accessories here as well for all sorts of brands.
And Matthew, I noticed in the gardening realm you've got a massive range of steel products. So simply search Gawler Motorcycle Centre at Evanston South.
5AA Afternoons with Stacey Lee.
10 minutes to 4 here on 5AA. I've got a text here, 0448 08 1395. First home buyer here with the government putting forward 40% equity. Previous generations were able to buy great homes in great areas with careers that simply don't have the same buying power anymore. Wife and I are both in education. We'll be moving an hour away from the city and will only just be able to put food on the table for us and our 6-month-old son. We don't live a luxurious life, bare minimum always. Thank you for your text message. I did just have a look as well. I was on the Riverlea website, the development out in the northern suburbs near Gawler, and there's no homes for sale at the moment. They're all sold. And a block of land, about 500 square metres, under 500 square metres, 450 is $450,000. So it was hard to find something under 500, but I managed to find a block of land for $450,000. That's just for the land. No house on that. Donna is in Henley Beach and has called in. Donna, you'd like to talk about the nurses.
I would. Look, I work today and I started at 6:30. I'm a nurse myself, okay? Mm-hmm. It's breaking my heart to hear that we have been called, the Premier called us a couple of weeks ago when they did the first book out, that we were selfish, that what he offered was the best we've had for ages and it was above inflation. It wasn't. If you divided up what they offered, it was actually below inflation. Inflation is running at 3.8. You know, I just want the public to get behind us because the nurses would never, ever, ever put the patients at risk, right? The ones that did out and walked out on that march were actually people that came in on their own time, and then when they do the double staffing, so like I think it's at 12:30 or 1 o'clock, the ones that had worked and we left there was other staff there, they're the ones that finished the shift are the ones that actually came out and marched, and all the ones that weren't working. But what's breaking my heart is to hear people say, and Chris Picton come out to say, that we're putting patients at risk and that we're selfish. If anybody knew how hard we work, I went back to work after where I work. I did 3 12-hour shifts in a week. I don't complain, I don't whinge, I don't whine, and I do it because we have to keep the hospital going and we have to make sure that the patients are all looked after. And when you don't have enough staff, that's what happens. And unless we work weekends and unless we work public holidays and unless we work late shifts, we don't get, the only thing that really makes our wage even half decent, because our basic pay isn't that great, is the penalty. But that takes us away from our families. That takes us away from other things that other people are doing and enjoying their time. It's breaking my heart. I hope that the public really do get behind us, because I'm nearly in tears thinking that this is what we've been akin to, that we're selfish and that we're putting patients at risk. We don't. This is the first time in I don't know how many years, and I've been nursing a long time, where I've actually seen the nurses to say we have had enough.
Donna, I really appreciate your call and thank you for doing what you do, firstly. What do you make of the current offer from the state government? I guess it's 10, they're saying 11 point something. Elizabeth DeBars is saying 10.75. Do you think that's enough over a 3-year period?
Oh, if you divide that up over how many years? I've
3.
worked it out. It's just below inflation. And
Yeah,
you
so
look at,
it's 4% in the first year and then it's 3%.
yeah, well, you look at it then. We've got private health insurance going up in April between 4 and 5%. Interest rates have just gone up and they're looking at them going up again. It's going to wipe it all out. By the time you look at it, cost of living, you know what I mean? Isn't that going to wipe it all out?
Oh.
When you look at all that we have to do, we are now trained in the universities that come out with a degree. I have to do so much training every so many months. I'm doing competencies. Every year I've got to do my usual mandatory training, all of my life support. So to make sure that I know what I'm doing in case someone has a heart attack and I'm not just waving around thinking, geez, I don't know what I'm doing. Right? We have to do so much behind the scenes that I don't think people realise how much education and training we still have to do to keep a level of competency.
Yeah. No, I appreciate it. Thank you for giving us an insight.
They're coming out with degrees. It's not as though, it's like years ago where we were sort of state trained and people thought, oh, well, that was enough. You're coming out with a degree. All other people that, you look at doctors, you look at lawyers, their wages go up exponentially. They come out with a degree. They might start off on a lowly base, but then it just sort of skyrockets up. Not the nurses. That's all I'm saying. Just stick with us and just support us for us to get better rates and better conditions as well.
No, I don't.
I've worked on nights where I've got night duty and I've had to look after between 10, 11 and 12 patients. And when it's busy, it's no joke.
No, I appreciate your thoughts, Donna. Thank you for calling in and telling us about it.
That's okay. Thank you.
See you.
See you.
It's you can tell Donna's passionate, and as you would be if you were a nurse working in our healthcare system at the moment, that's for sure. And like I always say, my hat goes off to them. It's not a job that I want or could do, and that's why we need our nurses, and we need just as many of them as we need more than what we have actually. Rowie and Timmy G are coming on after 4 o'clock with the sports show. Hello, Timmy.
Yes, they are.
Hello.
Hello, Stacey. Good to see you.
Change tunes.
Yes, indeed. Yes, looking forward to the sports show. We'll be talking to the Premier, actually.
Oh, yes.
Yes, we'll be talking to the Premier.
Should ask him about the nurses.
Yeah. I made the mistake the other day of calling him by his nickname. And,
oh, no.
I got told off.
Yeah, good. You should.
And, I should. I sort of made a mistake, and I'll never do it again.
You won't do it again.
Well, I've done it before. I did it to Jay Weatherall as well.
Oh, no.
Yeah, me.
Yeah.
It's me. Yeah. I said, this is 15 years ago. I said, and Jay Weatherall's on. G'day, mate, how you going?
Oh, no.
And it was like you could see the producer in the booth.
No.
Lose it.
No.
Yeah,
it wasn't the worst thing that
I'm not cut out for it.
It wasn't the worst thing that a sport presenter said to Jay Weatherall.
No, that's probably true. But I'll tell you what I did do. I got Jay Weatherall to plan a slowdown once.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, got his rib broken.
Oh.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Oh, yeah. That's awkward.
Yeah, it was awkward. It was awkward indeed. Sorry about that, mate. I said it again. Can't help myself.
Rolls off the tongue.
So the Premier, Mr. Peter Malinowskis, will be on. We're going to be talking the wrap-up of Live Golf, of course. The upcoming BP Adelaide Grand Final, having Guns N' Roses and the like there.
Yes.
So lots of news on that front. Australia lost T20 game yet again. Now, it's a T20 World Cup. I've got to ask this question. Why is it every 2 years? World Cups are every 4 years, aren't they, traditionally?
Oh,
we have a T20 World Cup every 2 years. It washes it down. You know what I mean? It's not as meaningful.
No,
and I think we've treated it as such. We've lost to Zimbabwe and Sri Lanka so far. So, yeah. Not good. On the nose, let me tell you that for free. Source Jacobs continue our sample coverage. Woodville West Torrens coach, he'll come on as well. And Rowie's got a nice little talk topic he wants to go on. It's they said what? And it's about players, coaches, commentators saying something, in public that you go, what was that about? Yeah, so there's a lot of good quotes out there from people in the past that have gone, what was that? There was one by Mick Moldhouse once where he said, the ox moves slow, but the earth still turns.
What?
And that was in a press conference. Unbelievable.
Did everyone just
Everyone
go,
was like, what?
What's he on about?
Yeah, so that's the moment. There you go. Look forward to it.
I like that. All right, I'll be listening in. Thank you, Rowie and Timmy G on After 4. Thank you to everyone for your calls and your texts today. Congratulations to Melina in Theberton. You've got the case of Turkey Flat Vineyards wine coming your way. I will talk to you at 1 o'clock tomorrow.
Coming up next, Adelaide's only local sport show. It's the very latest in sport, live from Adelaide. Enjoy the crisp, clear digital sounds now with the 5AA Player app.